Hi, Anne.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So there was something that we were talking about adoptees having their own story and how do we find our way through that story to be like our best selves, kind of. I think that's part like a through line of it. Do you want to say some more about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one reason why I've been doing fewer classes because I really don't know. I used to think it was so important for adoptees to be encouraged to tell their story and for them to sit down if they want to and write everything that they want to say about their past. But having done that myself and listening to people do it, I'm not sure anymore because I mean, I'm truly torn because part of the problem is that we feel silenced, that people don't believe our stories and don't want to hear it. So I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is generally our stories are about us being victims. And so if we keep telling this story where we're the victim, well, then that's what we're looking for in present time, proof that we're a victim. And so I, in my own body, I'm trying to say, I feel deep, deep grief if someone said, you can't tell your story anymore, or you have to separate from your story. It's like panic grief almost. But I also feel like that might be also the feeling of a young person first leaving home for school or something. Like this, oh, I'm growing up now and I am separating from my child self. And so in my own life, I'm trying to look at what happens when I focus more on me in my body. My body does not have a story. My body has reactions to stimulus that's happening in the present moment. And if I'm thinking in my head about story, I am not paying attention to my body, which is like the abandoned baby. So by paying attention to story, I'm abandoning my body over and over and over and over again because my brain is crying out for my attention, but my brain is back in the past thinking that I'm in trouble. So I'm moving slowly, like in turtle steps to figure out what would be the best protocol, the general protocol for adoptees and how to deal with having a story and also nurturing their ability to dream up a life that they would like to live. Does that
Yeah,
make
what I'm
sense to you?
hearing you talk about, it's like past, present, and future, right?
Hmm.
It's like how much do we let the past and the like programming of the past too almost um dictate our future.
And it's also about in a way, two different selves. Like
Mhm.
myself that was a victim, and this is what happened to that self. So I developed a coping mechanism self, and then the self that's here and aware and like right in this moment, I'm not adopted in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, because you can't adopt a living, like pulsing thing. You know what I mean?
Or you can like our dogs and it
Yeah.
has like different meaning to it
Yes.
because like I would totally adopt you and
Yeah.
all my adopted friends that
Yeah.
I've met through like these classes because I love who they are in present time in the moments that I know them and
Hmm.
you.
That's a great
And
point. Yeah, I've adopted you as my friend. I've taken you as my own, right? Like, we turn that off.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing though, but I think there's a different time in that and a different context.
Yeah, because I don't expect you to be like me, and I didn't change your name, and I didn't pin my hopes for you on like, I just like to watch you and see what you do next. But I'm not entangled with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My sense of
Well,
self doesn't depend on what you do.
right. And also the like society has different rules for friends versus families.
Mhm. Yeah, you don't have to give me money. I think money is a big tangle point for adoptees and God, adoptive parents. Like,
Yeah.
you take money out of the equation, actually, and the adoption didn't even happen
Yeah.
unless they were stolen and given for free.
Right. Right. Oh, and then there's like the kinship stuff that maybe
Yeah,
never even goes on record.
right.
Um, but anyway, I think what you said though, it's such a valuable thing about the separating of the selves, or not even separating, because the selves can be in the same body or the selves can like overlap. It's just which is the value that is like in present time that you want to like feed. Have you heard that saying that you have two wolves on your
Mm.
shoulder and it's like which wolf do you feed? And yeah, like I want to be in present time even if I have feelings or like memories, or that it's like some story that I've told myself that like pops up in my brain, but I want to be able to catch that stuff when it's not like serving me and be like, oh, that's I'm doing this because I believe this thing that isn't true, that's old.
Yeah, and that's
So
where meditation is so helpful because meditation is asking us to be in the present moment and then to observe our thoughts. And so
mhm,
it's like, okay, my thoughts are now a parade that's going in front of me. And so I have a little bit of distance. So instead of my thoughts running the show, it's my breath. Right? And
mhm,
my breath has no story because my breath is just in and out. So meditation to me, when Viktor Frankl said between stimulus and response, there's a pause. I think that I'm
mm,
not sure if he used the word pause, but I feel like that's when you're in fight or flight, you just have stimulus response. That's called being triggered,
mhm,
right? And meditation is this lovely invitation to take a pause, to something happens, and can you take a breath and then be in your body and not get swept up by the radio or the parade that's up here. That's why
mhm.
I feel like meditation is the single most important thing, I think, besides getting sleep and eating good food. I think.
And probably water too.
Yeah, drink water. Yeah, and pee and poop. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that's important, but to not have that pause leads to adrenal fatigue and
Mhm.
exhaustion, and then you can't be yourself if you don't feel good.
Hmm. Well, and the thing about, have you seen that one video? It's Dr. Rice, I think is her name. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the comments too. She's talking about, she's a scientist and an ER doctor, I think. And then basically, she's friends with some doctors from Harvard and they're like studying meditation and like they discover that your brain matter grows through meditation. And so um, the effects of meditation are long lasting. So if you have a practice to meditate, and in the study that they were talking about, it was like 8 weeks, 20 minutes a day. And, it changed people's brains. But I think even, I mean, I would love everyone 8 weeks, 20 minutes a day, and that to become people's practices. And it's become mine over time as well. But even if I don't take 20 minutes and I still take 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I come into that recognition of that self on the inside, it changes my whole thought patterns and everything.
Yep, me too. And Martha Beck taught us this thing the other day in the anxiety class I was taking, because I think for many people, I'm assuming, but for adoptees in particular, I think one reason meditation could feel hard is it brings them into the stillness of themselves, which can be terrifying because so many adoptees feel they have a hole in their heart or that they're empty inside or that they're wrong inside. And so they've been avoiding being quiet. And so to go to that place can feel like touching terror. But what Martha Beck was said is, go into your solar plexus and find the still point there. And then she said, and go even deeper and find like the pearl. of stillness. And she said, in that you'll find the universe. And that to me was so helpful because it got me out of my own story and my own body. And so that to think that, okay, the stillness is not connecting me with terror and being alone as a baby, it's connecting me to everything. And to have a particular picture, like, okay, there's the universe, there it is, I can feel that, and I'm being held instead of having the terror of the Sandra Bullock figure, floating in space alone. It's not that we're floating, it's that the space is holding us.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps. I think that really helps rewire the brain, right? And then of course it's going to get bigger because it likes itself more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like what you're describing is trust within yourself to be held.
Yeah, that you're safe in your own body with yourself.
And that it's safe to like come fully into your own body. Because I think for me, I don't think I was fully into my body for a long
No,
time.
why would you want to be in something that your own mother rejected? Do you know what I mean? Like your brain's like, dude, your mom didn't want you, so like, why are you gonna want you? Like that's stupid. You should be like her and reject yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, number one, we don't even know how she felt. Like she probably just tore her in half. As an aside, I interviewed John Kabat-Zinn once, who's, like kind of the king of mindfulness. And that dude is so hot. And I was thinking, if meditation is gonna, however old you are, if I'm gonna look as hot as you do, I want to climb to the Zoom screen and just get all over him.
But
So
I think there's something really to that.
there
Like
is
if you look at
presence.
like monks and stuff,
Presence is hot.
but it's like part of it has like the effects on our nervous system, on our body, which helps us to age gracefully
Yeah,
and be
right.
physically that way
Because the vagus nerve affects the muscles in your face. I mean, my face looks all jacked up because I'm all
because you're stressed out.
stressed.
I had so many problems with my TMJ
Yeah,
because of my anxiety and
of
stress before
course.
like I started meditating so much because I was just like crunching down to like,
Well, of course. I mean, imagine as a baby when we're not being held by the mother, like in order to collect ourselves, doesn't it make sense that we would clench on our jaws because our body hangs from our jaw? So instead of being held like we would, it makes so much sense to me that this point would get so tight because this is what we were holding onto. Do you know what I mean?
mm-hmm. Or should we let some of that go and
Yeah, let's
meditate
let
and
it
then
go. Whew.
like I've been doing water aerobics in the pool, and there's this one part where we like go to the deep end and just like hang on a pool noodle and just like float to let our spines grow strong longer. And it's like
Oh,
I feel like that's meditation.
oh, I
We can
love
do that for
that.
our
Okay.
adopted bodies.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
So okay, here we go. Just find your physical body and say hello to the physical body, and just know that you can be giving in this moment and giving to your physical body a big, giant, humongous, comfortable breath. Just enough breath to expand those lungs. We just can begin to extend those exhales longer than our inhales. As we find ourselves here, we can say hello to that inner body, the inner person that we've been discussing that's choosing to be here in meditation for a few moments right now in our centers of our heads. Hello. just from this place, know that that's the person making the choice to expand the capacity and grow the brain, and come into recognition and celebration of that choice. And just from this place, notice at the very tip of the tailbone, at the end of your spine, you have a place to become grounded from and rooted into the center of the earth and create a grounding cord. It's like that giant tree trunk, or it just appears magically like you're sitting on a giant tree trunk. And it's growing its roots all the way down to the center of the earth like a giant sequoia tree. And there's space there in the center to release and let go of all the stories and whatever else. It might even just be like a shopping list or a to-do list. Just let it go so you can be with you in this present time moment. And up above your head, you can see that big, beautiful, magnetic golden sun calling back all the energy. Maybe it's even your sense of humor for this moment and enthusiasm for meditation and gratitudes. And just see that energy and that bright sunlight, like that warmth that you can ask to come back to you, that gift that you can give yourself. And just see it getting big and bright, and just let it pour on in through the top of your head and fill up each and every molecule in your body. All the parts can feel this generosity and creativity you're giving back to it. And as we breathe, let that expand in your physical body and through all the layers and overflow into the bubble around you, grounded. And just notice what it feels like to have that warmth upon you because you chose it. And just give yourselves a couple more big breaths. And just find that spine and allow yourself to sit up that much straighter, and a little sway and a wiggle and a pat for your body, and even just a hug for your arms and your chest and your cheeks. Hello, cheeks. Find your eyes, finding their blinking in this wonderful recording and Zoom room and physical room. Hello.
Good morning. That felt really good. Thank you. Oh, set the timer for 6 minutes.
6 minutes starting now.
I am grateful for eye contact. That when I didn't have eye contact with you. And then I realized, where am I? And then when I contacted you, then I'm here. That feels good.
Yeah, I think eye contact is, I also am grateful for that, and that feeling of like being present with someone, and that like expansive kind of connection. Like I even feel that with my dog. My dog will come and like stare into my eyes, not in a creepy way, but in a like I love you way. And it just like I think that's where love is, right? In that connection that we can like see into each other. and I feel it like expand like through my chest. It feels kind of like light and airy.
Mm, mm. Yeah, when Bird looks into my eyes, it always takes my breath a little bit because I know for dogs, it's actually a little unusual because usually it's an act of like it's a sign of aggression. And so for a dog to be comfortable enough feels very special. And to have that, it is the windows of the soul, right? Like it's like you have this really special access. Um, and to have it with something that you don't use words with in the same way as with people, it's so still and beautiful. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think about elephants or like
Mm,
whales and like dolphins. It's like you can have that moment and that sort of like expansive, joyous feeling with them too.
mm, mhm, mm. I had a boyfriend who I used to think of whales when I would look in his eyes, and it was so peaceful and beautiful. And I really loved that. But then we would start talking. We should have just been whales.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something so simple about animals
Mhm,
and the way that like they are teachers,
mhm,
to like be going about their days and like what we were talking about of being adopted and having like these stories that sometimes make us feel like we're on autopilot,
mhm,
watching like the birds, because where I live now in Washington, there's so many birds, or like
mhm,
listening to the birds. They just like I'm not telling that story when I'm watching the eagles like flying around
mhm,
outside or the heron.
mhm,
And like thinking about I thought once about birds, how they sing, being like their songs are the like healing sounds that we could receive. And
mhm,
yeah, so like I'm really grateful for birds because they take me out or they bring me into the present moment that they're expressing themselves in.
mhm. It's funny you said that on my walk this morning. I was looking because I'm trying to carry this gratitude into everything. And I was walking and thinking, how do I bring more gratitude into this walk? And I was thinking, what if I look for nature's like little miracles? Like, how did they think to do that? And then it was the bird song, and a crow made its noise, and then a seagull. And I was thinking, who decided that these noises were going to be like, who gave the crow that sound? And why does the seagull have this sound? And the more I listened, the more full of wonder I felt, which feels like gratitude. It was this gift. These birds are making all these different sounds. And because I have ears, I get to hear it. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No sense. It's all about pleasure.
Yeah, I can hear a mourning dove outside right now. And I
Mm,
love that like soft cooing.
mm,
So
mm,
I'm grateful for the mourning dove. And also there's someone like pounding on something outside. I'm in Southern California right now, so it's not like the same sounds. But I mean, I'm also grateful for it too, because it means that someone's working and someone's getting paid
mm,
and it's like their livelihood for their family and like all those things.
mm,
That like they have that and then it can be like a giving back and a caretaking.
mm, mm. I love that caretaking.
Yeah. Was it our 6 minutes?
Mm,
Yeah. The caretaking in my body, it's like another version of safe.
mhm. I heard someone say that before he eats his food, he thinks of all the people that were involved in creating that food and all the aspects of nature. And so it really makes eating better. Like even a blueberry, it's dirt, sun, rain, the people that worked on it, the plant. It's it's not just a little piece of fruit.
Yeah, it's kind of a miracle our modern food system,
Mhm,
and that like even with all the stuff that's going on with the people who, not everyone who that is harvesting, but a lot of people that were still able to
mhm,
have a miracle to eat blueberries and
mhm,
fresh vegetables and things.
mhm.
So, well, I'm grateful, Anne, for this conversation and for you today.
Me too, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you.